If you're going to London, just come in. If you've got your wife and family in London, they're coming. Get another wife and family, get another life while you still got one done in London. Take a little country air. If you're going to
And do you wonder whence comes this terrible visitation swift onto London? Do you lament the loss of loved ones? Fear thine own impending dislocation. Cry out like Christ on the cross crucified, "O Lord, why hast thou forsaken me?" The Lord hath not forsaken thee. Thou hast forsaken him, and he is remembering thee.
People were calling me in the spring as COVID was becoming more prevalent. They said, "Hey, Tokens, you wrote that show. Why don't you do it?" And I was going, in my heart of hearts, no. And then I gave in. The reason I was avoiding it is to avoid the sadness. It was a sad place, San Francisco, and HIV was coming in, and it was a sad place in London when 10,000 bodies were being piled in the streets, and it's a sad time now in the time of COVID, and we're supposed to get by, and we're supposed to be happy and adjusted to it, and somehow I thought it was time to go deeper.
The child is not.
This is a video about a revival of a play about a plague.
Make way.
What's a token? Why is it called tokens? Tokens were the spots, the buboes of the bubonic plague that would appear very soon after they were infected. So if you had the plague, people knew it. And the guards would take you and throw you in your house and lock you up for 40 days and 40 nights in quarantine. Sound familiar?
Can we get this right once and for all? The bleeding birthmark, I've had it on my face ever since I was born.
It's a blot to the plague and you're a menace to everybody here.
I'm not a menace to anybody. You're a menace to a lot of people.
stomach. It's not a spot, not a sign that I'm dying or diseased. It's a cat scratch, and I got some dirt caught in it. It's a scar from a fall against the handle of a door.
There's a blotch, a blaze, a spot, a beauty mark on a beauty mark. There's a blotch, a blaze, a spot, a beauty mark.
In 1984 in San Francisco, when HIV hit, it was somewhat the same with the Kaposi's spots, the kind of cancer that many people got, not everybody. So again, there was the sign of the plague upon the body of the person who was infected, and then all of the stigma and fear and despair that came with that. Something that we're kind of shielded from in this plague of COVID, because COVID is a secret plague. You can't see it when somebody has it, and that's why it's so amazingly deadly.
Bring out your bodies, bring out your dead. Bring out your bodies, bring out your dead. Bring out your bodies, bring out your dead.
Which one, you say?
That one. Well, I'll be a Christmas goose. I knew that one. Used to have a fine baritone voice.
What, that one?
No, not that one. That other one over there.
Another fat one.
Not half so bad as that other one. I nearly broke my back on that one.
These fat ones ain't half as bad as them awful soft ones.
Those soft ones will drive you off your knot.
Yeah, you can't tell whether they're on or off the cart.
You don't know whether you got hold of them or not.
And the foul stench of them. Could drive one to drink.
It's driving me there right now.
'Tis better to be driven to drink than to have to walk for it.
Here's to the light ones.
To the skinny ones.
To the lovely little bitty ones. God rest their souls.
Not many of those left.
No, they're all gone.
Oh, plenty of large ones, though.
Oh, don't tell my back that.
Not fair. They should stay alive, these bloody fat ones.
Too lazy to live, if you ask me.
Well, it's a tough road to hoe.
It's a tough old road.
It's a heavy old load.
It's a dusty old road.
Come on, now. Drink up. It'll lighten the load and brighten the road.
Pickle the plague.
Pickle the plague! Pickle the plague!
Bring out your bodies. Bring out your dead. Bring out your bodies. Bring out your dead. head. Bring out your bodies. Bring out your dead.
There's a lot of joy in Tokens. There's a lot of singing and dancing and implied fornication. And I think that's a good reason to bring it back right now, because we're so down. You know, isolation and social distancing. And so, you know, while we're in our bubbles and we're in our pods, maybe we can take a note from Tokens and just sing and dance and celebrate your life while you got it, because soon enough you will pass on and make room for the next wave.
Come on! Dance, damn you! A spotted trout and leapt so high, a fish and all a died up. A spotted trout leapt into the sky, a fish and all a died up. And all around the moon did fly, a fish and all a died up. Oh, what a way to go! Up in the sky, a way to go! Oh, what a way to go! A fish and all a died up. Hit the moon and caught it so, a fish and all a died up. It's all a minute, a fish and all a died up. And then the fish began to glow, a fish and all a died up. Oh, what a day to go! Up in the sky, a way to go! Oh, what a way to go! A fish and all a died up. Moving hotter than a cow, a fish and all a died up. And in the fish it went a hole, a fish and all a died up. And over London Commissary Ball, a fish and all a died up. Oh, what a day to go! Up in the sky, a way to go! Oh, what a way to go! A fish and all a died up.
And then her skin it burnt away.
A fish and all a died up. And then his box fell from the sky, a fish and all a died up. And all is all and now we die.
Tokens is so much grounded in the polyrhythms of the music. And I'm not a trained musician. I'm a bit of a songwriter, but at that point, I was besotted with polyrhythms. I knew a little bit about Indian music, and I was listening to African music, and at the same time to Gaelic music. Meanwhile, I'm working on a punch press in a factory. I'm punching out metal, and it's going bang, bang, bang all day. And I've got earphones on, and I'm singing fives and sevens, and I'm putting these rhythms together and going back, singing them into tape recorders. So I'd take the tapes I made with boom boxes of these rhythms I was working out on the punch press, and I'd put them together with lyrics. And then I'd play them for my friend, the musician Candice Natvik English, and her husband, John English. And they got it. They got how I was trying to interweave the different parts and the polyrhythms. And they really encouraged me to take it further. Candice was excited about it. And she said, you should make this a whole production. We should do this. And she said that she'd be the musical director. And once she said that, I knew that perhaps this thing could work. This huge thing I was writing, Tokens, could possibly come to full production. And without Candice's belief, it would never have happened. Sad to say that so many of the people who were in Tokens passed away within a couple of years after the show. They died of AIDS. And well, perhaps it's a reason now to bring the show back, commemorate their passage, to celebrate their lives, to celebrate their deaths, to celebrate our lives, to celebrate life, to celebrate death.
My collaborator is resting now. Plumb worn out. She is from her considerable work at filling holes and emptying bottles. She'll be on the job in a week, I'm sure. But until she wakes, and she might not in my lifetime at least, she's left me short-handed, hasn't she? She has. I'd hate that the bumping of her cart might cause her indigestion while she dreams. So who'll help me move the lummox to a spot that'll stay in one place for a while? Anyone? She lost a bet, the stupid sod. Didn't pay. Well, come on!
Until again begins, and then the end ends, and life begins again. Until the end begins again, and then the end ends, and so the end begins again. Until again begins, the end begins, and then the end ends, and life begins again. Until the end begins again, and then the end ends, and so the end begins again. Until again begins, the end begins, and then
Those of you who have a place to go, goodbye. Go your way.
until the end begins again. Until again begins, the end begins, and then the end ends, and life begins again. Until the end begins again, and then the end ends, and so the end begins again. Until again begins, the end begins, and then the end ends, and life begins again. Until the end begins again, and then the end ends, and so the end begins again. Until again begins, the end begins.
Thank you.